Hello everyone, this is Colin on the ASCA League channel, and here we are for the Pennzoil Pro Series, the last race of Season 3, Race 25 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're at Homestead for the annual charity event that goes on every year, and we are here with some big-name corporate sponsors as they are here in attendance watching these 22 specially picked drivers compete and try to win the 14 laps here at the 1 Mile Oval. This is a very special event because a lot of drivers here are making their debut in the Pennzoil Pro Series, and a lot of these drivers here are also looking for their first win. And obviously, if you could win here, not only be a good sponsorship boost, but confidence going into Season 4. On your front row, Jay Durrell and Matthew Brown start up front. Webster Zygarde and Rick Witt make up row 2. Row 3 is Zach Komoski and Brian Boone for Bad Dad Racing. And in row 4, Ryan Kendall, leaving Tanker Motorsports after the season. Cody Smart making his last Pennzoil Pro Series start, for a while at least. Row 5, Daniel Maxwell and Nick Purcell. Row 6, Arsha Sane and John Gilbert, a good qualifying start for him. Row 7, Sam Rogers will be renumerated 28 next season, and Stuart Gratton moving to Team SFR. Row 8, Cesar Chavez and Jack Porkins, Jack making his Pennzoil Pro Series full-time debut next year. Row 9, James Johnson and John Cittadino coming back with that 45 team. Row 10, a pair of drivers not in the Pennzoil Pro Series before, John Arndt and Sebastian Torres. Same here in row 11, Eric Monaco and Julio Caesar. And that will round out your field for today's race as we come off the 4th turn. We get set for 14 laps. Here we go, green flag is in the air as they are racing here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. What a powerful jump by the 43 cars. He's going to take the lead easily, and Webster Zygarde is going to power on through on the inside. Matthew Brown and Zach Komoski are going to try to split him, though. It's not, the outside line isn't the best way around this track, but it has proved to be a contendable line in the past, so we will have to see if that works out in their favor. These cars tend to actually bunch up a little bit, as we've seen in the practice sessions. The restricted airflow from this new downforce package has almost helped the pack racing form a little bit, as we see Ryan Kendall moving in behind Zach Komoski. And the cars just seem, when they get in the fresh air, they can't hold it on the bottom of the track, and that has really hurt some drivers making some fast times around this track, as Ryan Kendall is going to move into the lead now. Kendall moving to Red Viper Racing after this season, although he has returning sponsorship from Zero Driven steering wheels on the front of the car. See Daniel Maxwell now moving underneath him, and the cycle almost looking similar to Daytona, as Maxwell going around the corners. We are already coming to lap 4 of this race, as you want to try to put yourself in a position where you won't be shuffled to the outside lane by the end of the race, but more as coming up on the inside by the end of the race in order to win this thing. It's almost exactly like the strategy that you see at super speedways such as Daytona or Talladega, or even some of the very long oval tracks such as Michigan and California, where we do tend to see some 3-wide racing. As you see, Sam Rogers and Cesar Chavez now moving their way into the picture. Chavez in the 03, a huge contender for this race. He was super excited coming in. He was one of the favorites in the garage with the fastest practice time. However, he did get mired back in the field when he didn't have a successful qualifying effort. However, he's showing some muscle right now as he's going to the front. But how about the 2 cars on his outside? Sam Rogers and Arsha Sane hanging tough, as they are not letting this battle end just right now. And there's another car wanting to make their way into the battle. The Moser Dodge behind him, usually driven by James Johnson. However, he got sick before the race started and is being driven by teammate Ruby Easton. James Johnson himself really wanted to compete in this race, but however is not able to, as James Johnson doesn't have a ride for next season. Ruby Easton is going to be coming back with this team in the 27 next season. But looking to just get some more sponsorship thrown her way as she gets this great opportunity to drive for the Overdrive Motorsports. However, great opportunities don't stop with the Pennzoil Pro Series drivers. How about the 5 Copyright Amateur Series drivers making their way into this field? One of them has already made a few starts, Jack Porkins, but the other 4 are making their debut in a Pennzoil Pro Series car. Some of them Actually, I think most of them are still going to be in the Copyright Amateur Series after the season. John Arndt, you see in the 5-car racing for National Racing. He's one of the drivers, as well as 3 of the Dr. Pepper cars, Jack Porkins, Eric Monaco, and Julio Caesar, they'll be racing the Dr. Pepper schemes. And the last car is driving the champion's car, Michael Jones's car. It is Sebastian Torres, the Colombian, as he's already driven a Lindsey Marine Dodge before in the Copa Amateur Series. As you see rearing his head, though, at the front of the field. But in the back of the field, we see some familiar faces that we saw at the front. Webster Zygarde, Jay Durrell, they have faded back quickly on that outside line. And we are past halfway already as we see the battle for the lead getting very intense. John Gilbert in the 04 car making a move to Tanker Motorsports after the season. He's starting to make some noise at the front of the field. But I want to also direct my head back to the 00 car. That's a chaser back there. Nick Purcell's did not have a good qualifying effort. However, he has started to push his way to the front of the field. It might be a little too early, though, as lap 10 out of 14. That's still 4 more laps if he can get by John Gilbert. Then he'd have to hold off the rest of the field. Right now, I'm really liking the cars behind him. Jack Porkins in this 93 car. And, John Cittadino, but Cittadino's going to get moved up the track by Stuart Grattan. We're going to ride on board one of the Dr. Pepper cars in the middle. This is Julio Caesar, the Brazilian, driving for Malley Motorsports this year. Malley Motorsports, this is their last ride in a Toyota, and they are going to be auctioning all of their Toyotas off to other teams in the Pennzoil Pro Series as they're making their switch to become an alliance with National Racing and drive Chevys. But as the laps wind down, as you see, the 3 wide action at the front of the pack has not ceased at all. And what an amazing run by Sebastian Torres in the 47 to remain a strong contender on the outside. And he's doing a great job out there. But Nick Purcell's, I don't see how he won't be able to complete the pass here in the coming laps. Oh, he's going to go up the track a little bit, forcing the 04 up in the wall, and they're going to wreck. The 04 is around, multiple cars bouncing off each other. One driver's got away, that's Jack Porkins in the 93, and the rest of the field smashing behind them. And a huge catastrophe and going into turn 1 with 2 laps to go. Oh, Rick Witt is completely destroyed as we look now at Jack Porkins, and this is Lady Luck shining on him. That's not something that's usually associated with him, but Jack Porkins has gotten away free from any incident. Cody Smart has followed up in second place. Funny how Jack Porkins and Cody Smart actually shared that ride through the season. And Jay Durrell and Webster Zygarde, who started in the front 3 spots, are 3rd and 4th as the veterans were able to make it through the wreck. See Rick Witt smoking down on the inside of the track, but he's not the only one who took a hard hit there. But out of turn 4, Jack Porkins and the Dr. Pepper Toyota is going to win the charity event. And what a strong performance by Porkins. I told you guys that that inside line, about 2 or 3 rows back, is where you want to be coming to the finish. Maybe not the expectations that we kind of thought was going to happen, but definitely Porkins got that to work out in his favor. And let's take a look back at what happened exactly. The 00 definitely got loose on the bottom, and he had almost cleared that. So had Stuart Grattan, but those two took each other out. Grattan's going to get hit by Rick Witt, Brian Boone, Zach Komoski, and as they come up into the track, they collect Matthew Brown, Sam Rogers, John Arnn, I believe, as well. And Cittadino, I think, actually didn't get any damage at all there. I think he just slowed up enough that he missed it all. Here's Grattan, as he almost makes it through, but the 00 just comes down into him. And he watches Jack Porkins as he sails away to his first career win in the Pennzoil Pro Series. May not be his last, as he's going to be running full-time for Double T Motorsports this coming season. And as for Stuart Grattan, he's still waiting for that win. Although he's been pretty impressive recently, I think it'll come soon as we see Sam Rogers makes it through the first part of the wreck all right. But Matthew Brown and Stuart Grattan close up the track before he can make it through. And that's a bunch of cars torn up at the end of this race. And that's not what anyone wanted to see, as we're going to see the view from pit road. And the smoke going down the front stretch is immense. See Sebastian Torres, Daniel Maxwell, Ryan Kendall, and John Gilbert all also got involved at the end of that. But as we see Jack Porkins celebrating with victory burnouts, and he's going to go to victory lane in the 93 Malley Motorsports Toyota. Jay Durrell actually was able to fight back for a second place spot, passing both Zygarde and Smart on the final lap. Very impressive out of that car. Eric Monaco in his first ever start will finish 5th. And a bunch of cars were not able to finish the race. 17th down to 22nd. All were not able to make it through to the end of the race. But a valiant effort from all 22 drivers, but only one was able to win. Congratulations to Jack Porkins. And that's all for Season 3. Officially, we are all done with races. Season 4's coming, and the Bud Shootout is awaiting us. We'll see you next time.